Aging isn't about slowing down, it's about stepping into your power. Welcome to Don't Let the Old Lady In, the podcast where we challenge outdated beliefs about getting older and embrace wellness, self-love, and confidence. Your host is Lori Gardner, a registered nurse and nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, and she is your guide on this journey to vibrant, mindful living. Each episode will explore topics that nourish your mind, body, and spirit, and how to navigate health issues in the healthcare system as you age, so you can live with energy, purpose, and joy. Let's get started. Here's your host, Lori Gardner. Welcome back to Don't Let the Old Lady In podcast. This is Lori Gardner, your host, and this is the continuation of the Hospital Safety Series. Today, we are talking about the discharge day from the hospital, the most rushed and risky moment in care. So today, this is important. Going home from the hospital, discharge day. It's a big day. It's the moment everyone's waiting for, right? You've made it through the hardest part. The procedure's over, things feel stable, and now you get to leave. But here's what I want you to understand, and this may be a surprise to you. Discharge is one of the highest risk moments in the entire hospital stay. Yeah, that's true. Not because something dramatic is happening, but because everything is changing. You go from nurses checking on you, monitors tracking everything, immediate help if something feels off, to being on your own. And if you don't leave with clarity, that's where the problem begins. So let me take you into a moment I've seen over and over again in my 16 plus years of practice as a nurse advocate. It's discharge day. The room feels different. There's movement. People are coming in and out. Papers are being printed. Instructions are being given quickly. There's this subtle energy of, let's keep things moving. The patient's tired, though. The family is trying to listen. They're trying to keep up. They're nodding. Okay, got it. Oh, that makes sense. But inside, they're overwhelmed. Because in just a few minutes, they're being told what medications to take, what changed, what to stop, what to watch for, when to follow up, and on and on and on. And here's what almost always happens. They don't want to slow things down. They don't want to be the difficult one, so they don't say, whoa, wait. Can you go over that again? They just leave. And at first it feels good. Relief. We're home. Yay. Familiar space. My own bed. But then that night, they're looking at the medications and thinking, possibly, wait, which one is new? Did they say to stop this one or not? And what are those two bottles that look similar? This is so common, so very common. And then you have maybe new medications that you brought home with you from the hospital and just picked up at the pharmacy that you're not certain about. The next day, a symptom shows up. And now they're wondering, is this normal? Should we call someone? Who do we even call? And this is where I've seen people end up right back in the hospital. Not because something huge went wrong, but because something small wasn't clear. Why does this happen? Well, here's the reality. Discharge is overwhelming because it's too much information all at once. Most people are really tired at this point. They just want to get out. The patient isn't at their best either. They're tired, sometimes medicated, not thinking clearly. And then there's time pressure. Staff are moving quickly. And most importantly, responsibility shifts to you. And if you don't feel confident in that moment, that uncertainty follows you home. So what must you do? Let's just slow this down a little bit, because this is your moment, and you are allowed to take your time. So when it comes to medications, you can say this: can we go through the medication one more time? I need to completely understand what the medication is, what it's for, what side effects to look out for. Why are they taking it? What medications do I take? What do I stop? Just keep asking the questions. And don't rush this. This is one of the biggest areas where mistakes happen. If you have to write it down, write everything down. If it's a notebook that I usually advise to keep at the bedside with you, or if you have, notes on your phone, anything, but write it all down. Then you could also say, what should we watch for that would be concerning once we get home? And if they give general answers, ask, can you give me 2 or 3 specific things I need to look out for? You could also say, who do we follow up with and when? Not just follow up, the exact timing. Typically, when you go out of the hospital, the standard best practice is to ensure that you have an appointment with your doctor, whether it's the specialist, the primary care physician, within a week, no later than a week after you leave the hospital. You could also ask, what can they safely do and what should they avoid in terms of their activity? Here's something really critical. Ask if something feels off, who do we call? Not Google, not guessing, a real contact. I recently had it was a family member who had what I considered a little bit of a rushed, quick discharge, and boy, did they like to do that in the hospitals. Not the doctors and the nurses, the system. And she just went home too early, and she was not doing well. And I made sure my family member had the name of the hospitalist. We called that hospitalist back and said, no, not good, not good. We quickly got her converted into going into a subacute facility for more rehab and oversight and skilled nursing. So really important to take your time and assess the whole situation. Call an advocate like myself if you have to, because this is real life and real potential consequences. So here's what I want you to shift. Instead of thinking, let's not hold things up, think this is the most important moment to slow down. Because once you leave, you don't have the immediate access anymore. So don't leave until you feel comfortable and you're sure. If you don't feel comfortable, you say it and say, I can't leave yet. I'm not comfortable. I'm not certain. I need more information. I'm scared. Whatever. Just speak it out. So again, discharge is not the end. It's just the transition. And how you leave determines what happens next. So take your time, ask your questions, speak up, because clarity is what keeps people safe at home. And I always promote having an advocate by your side. It could be a professional, private one like myself. It could be a family member, a friend, but somebody who's sharp as a tack and going to go into all the details and have the presence of mind to not be rushed and get the needed information. You can always get from me a safe discharge checklist. You can absolutely go to one of my favorite websites and colleague friend of mine who created it, Karen Curtis, and check out all of their amazing checklists for when you're in hospital. It's called the Care Partner Project, and you can go to thecarepartnerproject.org and get all of this information to have on your phone at your fingertips when you're sitting there. So hopefully this is the beginning of your empowerment of a discharge checklist, but there's more, and stay on top of it, because it is a really important time to have all of your stuff together so that your loved one or yourself goes home safe and sound and has a speedy recovery. I hope this resonated with you. If it helped, please share this with anybody, because this information can help everybody you meet. So share, and like, and I appreciate you all, and stay safe and sound and out of the hospital. And what do you think I'm going to say, ladies? Don't let the old lady in. Until next time, be well, be safe, be happy. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Don't Let the Old Lady In. Remember, age is just a number. Your mindset, energy, and passion are what truly define you. If this episode spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend. Subscribe and leave a review so we can continue this journey together. You are strong, vibrant, and unstoppable. Until next time, keep living boldly, loving yourself fully, and most importantly, don't let the old lady in.